People often argue over Android versus iPhones. But the real debate should be middle-aged Gen X morning shows versus Hoppe Hour. Guess who wins? We will let you decide. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Yes, now.
What?
Now. If I hit this button, boom, the whole program's gonna start.
Okay, well, hit it.
All right.
Now, something completely different.
Smoke medical weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe and that's it. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2. Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
Where we at?
Always going in, never doubt it. Never worry about the dollar. Need a source or trending topic. We the hottest, search about us. Competition microscopic, never copied. I'm a giant rolling weed up, now we flying. H-O-P-P-E. 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 You already know Hoppe Hour in your system.
This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, hanging out with you for the next hour to 2 hours. We'll see. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, if this is your first time listening to my show, hi, my name's Ryan Hoppe, and I am the host of this award-winning nationally syndicated circus. You never know what I will talk about. 1 second, I could be talking about the fact that last night I took 60 milligrams of an indica edible to get to sleep, and I'm still feeling it right now. Or I could be talking about how I triggered Swifties. We have so much to get into, so let's begin right now.
It's time for Hoppe's Inbox, only on Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Your boy Ryan Hoppe triggered a celebrity. So, about 2 months ago, I did a video where I went off on Kayla Nicole, the cloud-chasing ex, and Travis Kelce, the one that's better looking than Taylor. And I made another video this week talking about how the Swifties need to leave her alone. And guess what? I was going to tag her on Twitter. Oops, I meant to say X. And I blocked. And now I'm not going to obsess over this like other podcasts and shows where they're like, oh my God, someone blocked me. And it's like their whole content. But it felt pretty accomplishing that my opinions triggered Kayla Nicole. It felt very much like an amazing feeling. Now, some may say, Ryan, you've been going off on trolls and you're being a troll. But I'm speaking my mind. Everybody talks about Kayla Nicole, but doesn't realize that she needs clout. And then I posted her blocking me on Twitter, on Instagram, and then she blocked me everywhere. But her blocking me doesn't come without some hater comments on the latest video about Kayla Nicole. We got some interesting comments here. First one says, Travis moved on with plain Jane? You meant billionaire, beautiful, successful queen of pop. Because I said that Taylor Swift is plain Jane and that Kayla Nicole is hotter. She was looking for a money man. All she looks for is a man that will spend a lot of money You need to get a life and move on and stop flowing Taylor and Travis. They are in love. Oh, yeah. The way they're not hanging out anymore. Oh, it's true love over there. Why are you even giving a platform to talk? She's a celebrity. Mm-hmm. You have your mouth full of truth. Ryan Hoppe, don't know who you are, but your opinions and perception are spot on. I guess it seems to be a consensus, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that Kayla Nicole needs to move on from Travis. And I came up with a consensus that I'm not going to talk about her anymore unless she makes the news. But like, I don't want to be like a harasser. Be like, hey, you blocked me. I'm going to keep talking about you. Because then it becomes obsessive and annoying. Mm-hmm. Also, I got an email from Dr. Ron, one of our listeners in Germany, says, I saw this and thought about Monday's program, which was quite good and enjoyable. And it's Diddy accused of sexually abusing 120 people. The Diddy thing is just getting so out of control because I feel like everybody knew for so long, but everybody was afraid to say something. It's a big problem. Mm-hmm. I mean, think about all his kids, not his thug son Christian that was committing crimes too, allegedly, but like his daughters that had nothing to do with it. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I've been working on this new goal recently, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to not use my phone so much. And you don't realize how much you use your phone until Sunday morning around 9 a.m. when you get the little alert from the iPhone. It's like, you spent 6 hours a day on the phone. Well, guess what? The last 2 weeks, I've done about 3 hours a day. Now, most of the time is on my laptop, but hey, I'm grinding, I'm doing my job, I'm doing things for work, so it's not like I'm just playing Candy Crush all day. I felt very accomplished, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that my screen time is down. And also, I had this realization last night when I was getting laid. Oh, I was having sex, and it was so good. And I was like, you dirty slut! I'm like spanking her butt, like, yeah! And I realized that if I were to call a girl a dirty slut in real life, like, you know, you go up to a girl at Starbucks, it's wearing a sundress in St. Petersburg, Florida, and if you were to go, hey, you're a dirty slut, I don't think she would like that. But during sex, it all goes out the window. I told the person that after we had sex, and she's like, oh, you so need to talk about that on the podcast. And I'm like, that is the plan. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. I also saw this here on Hoppe Hour.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
It's from the Today Show. It says, amid dating app fatigue, young people are searching for love in real life. Whoa!
Single friends lately.
Guys, what is going on with the dating apps right now?
Dating apps are by far the biggest waste of time.
Delete your
Yeah, but we keep going on them.
Dating apps. I promise you'll feel better.
They may be feeling dating app fatigue.
Well, it's if you talk to a girl on a dating app, they just have so many options that it's unhealthy. I heard it described best to me on a video. It said all the girls that are, and I don't like ranking people by numbers, but all the girls that are 6 or 7s that could get any average guy at a bar. Now you got these guys that are 8, 9s, and 10s that are trying to get their rocks off. And the 6 and 7s that would have never been approached by the guys that were 8, 9, or 10, even 20 years ago, are now getting those girls. Mm-hmm. And I do quite well, but I mean, there's still the guy that's got the big house and the boat.
I deleted Tinder, Raya, I'm done.
It feels a little bit mindless at some level, and the people start to just become pictures and words. And I think
that's a very good point. A lot of times they don't even look the same in person.
you kind of lose the feeling of connecting with someone meaningfully.
But if singles aren't meeting online, where are they looking for love?
Well, it's hard to find love at a bar or a nightclub because everybody's on their phone. And we're all getting older, and I think the half a century long marriage is a done thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these like boomer and great generation couples that have been together since they were in their 20s, that is no longer a thing.
For hundreds of New Yorkers, the answer is a weekly run club.
I want you to turn to someone you've never met before, introduce yourself, and then we'll get started.
Hey, do you use teeth?
Steve Cole and Rachel Lansing started Lunge Run Club in May.
How many people came to the first one?
30, I think we had at the first one, and then we pretty much doubled every week until we hit 1,000.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's because I have back surgery, but nothing turns me on than thinking about jogging. Oh, yeah, when I want to, have sex, I want to think about back pain.
1,000.
You have 1,000 people that come every week?
About 1,200 now.
Yeah. They meet every Wednesday for a 3-mile run or walk. If you're single, wear black. And at the end of the run, drinks and flirting at a local bar.
I would need to go home to shower. I am disgusting after I drink. Or I mean, not after that too. But after I jog. Oh my God, am I sweaty.
There's something about being in person and doing an activity that feels like more authentic.
I don't know. There's this weird thing where I've been on and off of dating apps for about 10 years. And man, when I was 21, 22, the really attractive girls were single. Mm-hmm. And now they're all either married or they have kids or they're bitter after a divorce or a breakup. So you got these 22, 23-year-olds. You got these kids that were born right when 9/11 was happening, talking to 31-year-olds like me. And it ain't the vibe. If someone says, I was 2 years old during 9/11, I'm like, yeah, you don't have much in common with me. 856-49-HOPPY. Mm-hmm.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
What the hell is going on with Jennifer Aniston?
You have a Ziploc bag filled with your dead therapist's ashes.
Jennifer Aniston is setting the record straight. The actress appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live on October 2nd, where she addressed some of the wildest rumors about herself. The late-night host began by asking Jennifer about a somewhat recent tabloid cover by In Touch magazine, which appeared to suggest that she had an affair with former President Barack Obama.
Hell yeah! We all know Obama cheated on Michelle.
As it displayed the truth about Jen and Barack.
For instance,
and what's Jen going to say? Oh, yeah, I totally had sex with Barack. Of course she's going to deny it.
This is a magazine that came out a couple of weeks ago. In Touch said the truth about Jen and Barack.
Well, you're not going to get the truth, because if they did sleep together, she's not going to go, yeah, I banged a married man. I did the same thing that Angelina Jolie did to my man. That dumb clapping in the background. Shut up. You're on Jimmy Kimmel Live. It's not that entertaining.
That was... Of all the calls you get from your publicist where you're just like, oh no, what's it going to be? Or the email saying, some cheesy tabloid is going to make up a story. Yeah. And then it's that.
Yeah. Does your publicist ever go like, is there any truth to this? Or
No, that is absolutely untrue.
Well, I know it's not true. Yeah. I just don't know if everybody knows.
Well, it is untrue.
Some people...
It's untrue. The way she's reacting, I'm 50-50 on the potential of it being true.
It is untrue. So
all right. What a mindless TV show. I remember 2006, 2007, 2008. Jimmy Kimmel was really funny. And then Trump got elected in 2016. And it was like Jimmy Kimmel just got allergic to being funny. It was like anything that he ever did that was funny, he ignores and forgets about his past. It's almost like he's a Hollywood phony.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
All you do is sad girl.
Now niggas know I'm from New York. But shit, I love California, yeah. From back when NWA rock the black and gray raid and shit, or some gangster shit. Niggas wasn't thinking about hoes and how maintenance the coupe with the translucent roof. I done two-tone the blues just to ride up the strip for the look on sunset. From sun up to sunset, niggas be on some pimp shit. But you already know this. If you ever know this, by the looks of me, baby, I'm holding it. I ain't telling if you ain't know when I'm a don. Meet me at the Le Mondrian. I'll be sitting out front in the back watching the Star is Born. And you ain't getting gone, at least no time soon. Cause we heading over to the Viper Room to get high on whatever your heart desires. But you can start giving head while we ride sunset. Come on.
Sunset, go right in my car, watch my body get so wet. So it's gonna be the night, be away, you okay. I make you feel good while we ride, so good while we ride. Can we take a ride up and down the sunset? Go right in my car, watch my body get so wet. So it's gonna be the night, baby boy, you won't forget. I make you feel good while we ride, so good while we ride.
You already know California's the mecca of hydraulics, the switches on low riders, the Dayton's on gold wires, west siders throw it up, my nigga, it's all love. I'm calling out every grip and blood in LA. Essays hit the strip on dubs, let's hit the club. My bitches and stars stripping for dubs, mommy, what's up? Lambo doors up, when they see me, they show me love. Honk the horn, pull over and roll up. The Chronic and blow dubs. Better hope it ain't no gunplay, cause Sunset Friday is Crenshaw Sundays. And I love LA like Snoop Love and 6 Trey. Where would I be without Dre to live and die in LA? All we know is low riders and sex, and what happens on Sunset stays on Sunset. Got the whole strip throwing up dubs, and since Pac died it ain't been no California love.
California, watch my body get so wet. So it's gonna be the night, baby boy, you won't forget. I make you feel good, so good while we ride. Take a ride up and down the sunset. Go right in my car, watch my body get so wet. So it's gonna be the night, baby boy, you won't forget. I make you feel good while we ride, so good while we ride.
Ghost ride your whips for the bay, just under shades. On, sitting on chrome, candy painted in parlor. 6'4", 6 deuce, continentals with suicide dogs. Can't help but floss when you in Los Angeles. Just learn your dress codes, B's and C's, cause it's all about the G-code. Niggas fucking these free calls, I'm being that Bonico. Niggas stacking these Legos, bitches moving that milk no more, less than a day old. Riding down Rodeo with twins that resemble J-Lo. Uh-oh, they wanna get the lick and the pimp in the right places. I promise I'll be patient before I get to replacing the bitch. I mean, there's 2 of them, shit. That means there's 4 lips at one time around one dick. And they doing it while we hitting the strip. In the back, sunset, we riding high on.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sing it, baby.
So good while we riding, baby.
Oh, sure.
So good while we riding, baby.
I heard ya.
And your love just drives me crazy.
I know my singing sounds identical to her.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by DZBZ Honey at dzbzhoney.com. When I tell you it's the best Delta 8 CBD honey around, I'm a man of my words. Lollipops, lick the lollipop, the rapper. Honey sticks or a jar of honey. However the hell you want to get high, go to dzbzhoney.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe, HOPPE, to save 20%.
Now, something completely different. Hey, this is Lex from the nationally syndicated Lex and Terry Radio Network. We love this guy. What a great podcast. Back to the Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Tweet Ryan Hoppe at Ryan Hoppe Radio. Snapchat him at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And email him anytime at ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now back to the show. Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Hoppe in the morning, tune in and you'll see Ryan Hoppe's got the magic. It's live on your frequency. Hoppe Hour with Ryan. Start your day with a cheer. Turn that dial to Hoppe. We'll make your morning clear. Join us for the laughter, music and good vibes. Ryan's got the answers to brighten up your ride. Hoppe Hour with Ryan. Start your day with a cheer.
Oh, sure.
Turn that dial to Hoppe. We'll make your morning clear. News and jokes to
856
make your morning
49 Hoppe.
live with
That's 856-494-6773.
Hoppe Hour.
You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com.
Morning clear.
Oh, yeah. I love me some AI music because it sounds no different than what you hear on the radio because that's also fake with auto-tune. Alrighty, we are going to move on.
Happy hot topic.
We're talking about Wendy Williams. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year that both Cat Williams and Wendy Williams would be the honest people in the world about Diddy, about Sean Combs, about Puff Daddy, about whatever you want to call him, I would have said, no way. Now, over the past 6 years, I have been very critical of Wendy Williams. But she is successful and does have one of the greatest radio shows ever. She's also very outspoken about Diddy. I don't think Diddy's doing too good. I don't think he's going, woohoo! Especially when you have this going on.
Wendy Williams reacts to Sean Diddy Combs' arrest. 2 weeks after the rap mogul was arrested in New York City and indicted for racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and
those charges don't sound like something you want to have under your belt. Like the term racketeering just sounds like time in prison. You know what I'm saying?
transportation to engage in prostitution, the former talk show host is speaking out on his charges. She tells the Daily Mail in an interview published October 1st, "What is really weird is that I have been told by so many people, Wendy, you called it, including some people from my family who have..."
Here's the problem. Wendy did call it, but it's the case of the bear that crapped in the woods. You know what I'm saying? It's the case of the boy who cried wolf. It's like she's done other awful things. So it's hard to believe. It's the same thing with Alex Jones, with him predicting 9/11 and predicting other things. When you're wrong about other things and you're a dirtbag to people, you're not as credible as, let's say, a TMZ. You could say whatever the hell you want about TMZ and about Harvey Levin and Charles and everyone over there, but they're pretty credible.
Have said the same. Wendy also brings up the 2016 surveillance video of the rapper assaulting his ex Cassie Ventura in a hotel hallway that was published by CNN back in May.
Yeah, that hotel, those people need to be prosecuted. You literally see him beat the crap out of her. And the hotel's like, oh, whatever.
Says of Diddy's arrest, "You know how I feel about that? It is about time." To see this video on TV of Cassie getting pummeled, it was just horrific. The 60-year-old adds, "But now you have to think how many more times, how many people."
Well, we're going to talk about it in a second, but there's 120 new allegations. It's never ending.
How many more women? It's just so horrible. Wendy previously spoke about the power imbalance of dating a music mogul as an artist amid Diddy and Cassie's 2015 split.
Yeah, that's kind of a conflict of interest when you're dating your boss. I've seen a ton of coworkers sleep together. It never ends well.
She said on her talk show that year,
You know, my thing about when you date a mogul is that it's really difficult to avoid them because if you use your head, you never know when they're going to pop up on the scene. Like he's mogul.
Or if you give them head at parties.
Like he can hire a plane right now, zoom it to South Africa,
put Elon Musk on that plane and take him out of this country.
land on the roof of the hotel where she's staying, okay? Pay people off at the front desk, give me the key and let me up in her room. Like,
I think people thought she was kidding when she said this. She knows. She literally is telling us before that. I think because it's so inhuman and it's so messed up, it's kind of hard to believe.
I'm already paranoid as a person. But
yeah, you know, Wendy thinks she's a bigger deal than she is. She probably walked around New York City with security guards, sort of like Howard Stern, like, oh my God, keep me safe.
But to know that somebody could actually swoop down on me in the middle of nothing would scare the bejesus out of me.
Oh, sure.
Diddy and Cassie dated on and off for a decade until they split for good in 2018. While Diddy initially denied the altercation had taken place in response to Cassie's November 2023 lawsuit, in which she described an incident matching the events that take place in the video,
and Cassie seems like the nicest person. You would have to be a dirtbag to beat her up. And we know that Diddy is a dirtbag.
Addressed the incident after the footage was released by CNN, saying in a May Instagram video,
"It's so difficult to reflect on."
Yeah, and he put this video up because he got caught. If he would have put it up in 2016, maybe. But the fact that you waited 8 years, you were just mad that you got caught.
The darkest times in your life.
The darkest times, you're beating people up, you're raping people, you're ruining lives. Their lives are darker than yours, you scumbag.
Sometimes you got to do that.
Sometimes you just got to take advantage of people. You're a loser, bro. And you made good songs. You're talented, but you're a scumbag.
I was up.
Oh, really? I hate when people use mental illness as a reason to commit crimes. Like, I'm mentally ill and you don't see me having happy parties.
I mean, I hit rock bottom.
Oh, really?
But I make no excuses.
Oh, no, you are, though. By saying you were effed up and that you hit rock bottom, that's an excuse.
Behavior on that video is inexcusable.
Behavior.
I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted.
Oh, really?
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted.
So then why didn't you tell us right away if you were so disgusted and you're releasing an album named Love and naming your daughter Love? Why didn't you tell us? Because you got caught like a little bitch.
Disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab.
What do you need therapy and rehab for? You have all the power, scumbag. You know what I'm saying? You're making this up. You seem pretty fine in all these B-roll footage they show from like 3 years ago of you hosting parties. You're just mad that you got caught. You're a bitch. You're an actor.
Had to ask God for his mercy and grace.
Leave God out of this. Where was God when you were sexually assaulting people? If God's real, he wants you to burn in hell. You're a scumbag. You're a pedophile. You're a loser.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. You're sorry you got caught. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773.
Because I saw live sex happen that night, and that's the first time I saw that happen ever in my life. And did I partake? No.
Jeff Wittick is sharing his story after attending one of Sean Diddy Combs' notorious parties.
Thank God that Jeff Wittick commented. Without Jeff Wittick's comments, how are we going to survive?
The comedian says he attended one of Diddy's alleged freak-off parties, which have become part of a federal sex trafficking case against the rapper, when he was 20 years old and witnessed people having sex in a Miami mansion. Jeff reveals these details on the September 29th episode of the Jeff FM podcast.
I had a realization that I had been to a Diddy party. Actually, I swear, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I actually went to a Diddy lingerie sex party freak.
Why didn't you tell on it?
Golf party in Miami at a mansion. It was like 8 stories high, and it just kept going up, and the higher you went, the weirder was going on.
According to Jeff, he attended the party around 2010 after scoring an invite through an acquaintance who had filmed a music video with Diddy.
End up going to this party. She's like, oh, he's having a Diddy party, and these Diddy parties like are crazy. Like,
why would you admit to this unless he's finding out he's on the paperwork and he's trying to get ahead of it?
They're the best parties. Like, people wanted to go to them.
However, Jeff says he was expecting a normal party, but realized it would be quite the opposite when his acquaintance and another friend were dressing in lingerie.
Yeah, he's like, I think I'm going to an orgy, actually.
But I remember them getting dressed up, and I'm like dressing up like I'm going to a normal party, whatever. Like, I got my
slacks on,
polo tee with the collar pop, 2 of them, doubled up,
totally.
like a pink and an orange one, and I got both collars popped.
Yeah. The way he's talking in that tone, he's sort of guilty, even by association.
And they're wearing this lingerie where their nipples are showing through. And
oh yeah, sort of like St. Pete girls.
I'm like, you guys are going like that?
Wow.
And they're like, you don't understand about these parties.
Diddy parties.
And I did not understand. Because I saw live sex happen that night, and that's a
whoa. He must not get laid a lot.
First time I saw that happen ever in my life. And did I partake? No, but I got drunk there, and
he got too drunk to partake. He got whiskey-y.
No, it's just crazy. Like, I was literally there.
All right, that's a podcast. That podcast proves that anybody can have a podcast because he took forever to get to the point. Also, Kevin Hart's in a little bit of trouble.
Act bad, act bad, act bad, act bad, act bad. Hey, Kevin, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
Kevin, come here. Can you go get some girls so we can be in the bedroom with some girls? Let's get some girls up here, please.
First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed.
You asking the wrong person the wrong question.
Yeah, Kevin Hart's always out and about with the paparazzi, laughing, giggling. He doesn't sound like he's laughing here.
Girls up here, please.
First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed.
You asking the wrong person the wrong question.
You asking the wrong question, man. I'm Kevin Hart. Even though I cheat on my family and I'm a scumbag. Oh, I didn't go to a Diddy party, even though there's proof of me hosting it 14 years ago.
Your question.
Say pause. Don't acknowledge this. Nothing to do with me and Puff. Nothing to do with me and Puff right now. Hold on.
Kevin Hart, like many, distancing himself from Diddy after the mogul's arrest and federal indictment.
Kevin Hart's freaking out.
Do you think he's safe in jail?
Wrong person, wrong question.
Wrong person, wrong question. You're on camera at the party, hosting the party.
And Kevin is getting questioned is because of this newly rediscovered footage of him hosting a Diddy hotel party back in 2010.
I wonder if every celebrity, like Ashton Kutcher, is kind of like going, I hope there's no video.
I'm not jumping the tub myself. Once everybody moves out, just me and the lady. What I do best?
A girl's hair catches on fire.
Oh, did the camera catch that?
Hell yeah.
That is one bikini-clad woman's hair catching on fire in the hot tub. None of the celeb guests at this party have been accused of any wrongdoing.
That's my brother right here.
Yet, and it shows Usher.
Day one.
The names that we're going to name are names that will shock you.
Today, the case against Diddy took an even more disturbing turn. For the first time, we're hearing allegations of sexual assault involving minors.
That's not good. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773.
Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15.
I wonder if one of them's Bieber.
Today I spoke with Texas attorney Tony Busby, who is representing 120 new accusers in upcoming lawsuits.
You mentioned that there will be cases filed by as many as 25 different minors, right?
Yeah, he's going to go on to talk about that in this video. Right here is the video about the minors.
Sean Diddy Combs is accused of abusing more than 24 minors amid new allegations against him. After the rapper was arrested September 16th for charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution, 120 people have come forward to accuse the 54-year-old of sexual assault, including more than 24 who were allegedly minors at the time.
That's not good.
In an October 1st press conference per NBC News, Tony Busby, an attorney representing the new group of accusers, said 25 of the accusers were minors at the time of the alleged incidents, with some occurring as early as 1991. The attorney further alleged that one of the accusers was just 9 years old at the time that they were assaulted by Combs. The numerous allegations Busby noted included violent sexual assault or rape, facilitated sex with a controlled substance, dissemination of video recordings, and sexual abuse of minors. Busby, who said 3,000 people have come forward with accusations against Combs, did not specify the extent of the alleged abuse against the minors included in the planned lawsuit.
Like, I remember 13 years ago when the Jerry Sandusky case happened at Penn State, I read some of the allegations and transcript, and like, I don't know if I ever really need to know what Diddy did, because it's so horrifying. It makes you just want to beat the crap out of him.
The attorney added that he plans to continue to file lawsuits in various states within the next 30 days. Busby said of the accusers who have come forward, 62% identify as African American and mostly hail from New York, California, Georgia, and Florida.
Seems about right.
He added, it's a long list already, but because of the nature of this case, we are going to make sure, damn sure, that we are right before we do that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to make sure you have all of the evidence, because you don't want to present this case that's half-assed and then it doesn't go through.
The attorney explained that he will later name additional defendants in the cases. Some
I'm curious to see if there's any, like, politicians like Obama,
of whom will, quote, shock the public. Busby said during the press conference, we will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates. As Combs remains in custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, his lawyer emphasizes that the rapper continues to maintain his innocence. Erica Wolf, an attorney for Combs, tells E! News in a statement he cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus.
Yeah, his lawyers... I've said this 100 times, and I'll say it 101st time. Find you somebody who talks good about you behind your back like Diddy's lawyers do. Like, everybody and their mom knows that Diddy did it. But his lawyers are like, no.
That said, Mr. Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claim that he sexually abused anyone, including minors.
Oh, no, he's 100% innocent. 856-49-HOPPE. And then you have this.
Can you tell me now, is there evidence against any major celebrities that you have?
I'm not going to name anybody right now, but I do have evidence.
Yeah, you can get exposed to all that. This is the app that I was let loose.
This is him and Kevin Frazier, Diddy and Kevin Frazier in 07.
No cameras allowed.
I've never seen a gathering like that.
I mean, it's every weekend at my house. Party's all I fear.
There is a fear, especially in Hollywood, for people who just went to these parties and now could be connected to these allegations. Will they be part of this lawsuit?
Do I intend to name in a lawsuit every person that attended a party? No. Am I going to name people that facilitated, encouraged, participated in? I'm absolutely going to.
So the guilty ones.
Do that. I already believe that people are scrubbing their social media, likely searching their memories.
Texas attorney Tony Busby, who represents 120 new sex crime accusers, including 25 minors, says the celebs will be named when he files the civil lawsuits in around 30 days. Among the allegations against Diddy,
they're showing courtroom footage where they use the sketching people, the people that draw what's going on in the courtroom. Why is it always that every single big-time case, Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Bill Cosby, all these cases, why is there always like someone that's drawing, but for like something stupid like the Johnny Depp case, we get to see footage a little sketchy?
Rape, false imprisonment, and sex with a controlled substance.
Drugs were found in their system. It's a drug called exhilarating, or trank, which is known as a horse tranquilizer.
Oh, that's lovely.
Can you tell me some of the things that is happening to these people after they take trank?
Well, let's be clear. They didn't take it. It was laced in something, in some drink they were given from thereafter, and they wake up the next morning injured in their private areas, wondering what happened. That's a pretty common allegation that's been made.
Yeah, I can't imagine being Diddy's daughters. I would never talk to him again.
As for those 25 minors, Tony says the youngest is a 9-year-old boy who was allegedly forced to perform a sex act on Diddy.
All right. 856-49-HOPPE. And then finally, we have this. This woman right here makes all women look bad.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
If I could tell you where the fountain of youth was,
What is it, being a pedophile, Diddy? Because then I don't want the fountain of youth.
Me?
If whatever you're doing, Diddy, is the fountain of youth, get the hell away from me. I'll get old naturally then. I'd rather look old than be a youthful pedophile like you.
If I could tell you where the fountain of youth was, for me, it's been baby love.
Diddy's daughter Love stepping out with mom Dana Tran, who's seemingly showing support for the rapper amid his arrest.
Of course, she has nothing else. Without Diddy, she has no money, she has no clout, and she has no fame. She's fake.
Say mom. Mom. Hi.
Hi. That's Dana's last post with Love on Instagram before Diddy's indictment. Now, here's Dana out and about with their little one last week. A name Dad also goes by, so much so he legally made Love his middle name.
If Diddy feels the emotion love, I want the opposite. I want nothing similar to Diddy, please. Just saying.
Fans think it's a subtle sign of support amid Diddy's legal battle.
Just watching her and being present, you know, and watching her just like look around and discover things that has me like rediscover things.
Imagine in about 5 years when she discovers everything about you online, brah.
Like, yeah, I've been on my phone. I forgot that was that's a tree. You looking at a tree?
So fake.
Oh, look at that bird. It's just the simple things that is really just, you know, giving me like a reset and just a true blessing from God.
Love is the most recent moniker change up for the embattled media mogul.
That's my official name, Love.
That's Diddy in 2022 on the Ellen DeGeneres Show.
Diddy going on the Ellen DeGeneres Show? Whoa, what a coincidence. Not at all. She's another dirtbag.
Setting the record straight on the new name.
I decided that I'm just going to go with the name Diddy.
But didn't you change it to Love officially?
Yeah, see, Diddy's my nickname. Love is my real name.
Okay.
So I just changed my name to Love. Sean Love Combs. That's what it says on my driver's license.
In fact, Diddy's indictment listing Love in court docs for his sex trafficking and racketeering charges.
I wonder what Meek Mill called him when they were hooking up with each other. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. All right. That was a lot. I'm going to make that into a YouTube video. That was 20 minutes of talking about Diddy. And I feel like we need to wash our hands before we go to break. To cleanse ourselves of that scumbaggery. Even though that noise sounds like something you'd hear at a Diddy party. Stop that. Ah, I feel so much better. Don't you? Or maybe you're just more disturbed. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. This show is for the hard-working average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you live in the U.S. or the U.K. As long as you're listening, that's all that matters. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Do not touch that radio dial or that streaming device. However the hell you're listening to Hoppe Hour. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
What are you saying?
You better put the back quick to pop up. What you think I'm playing, huh? But come on and jump now. Whoa, now. What you say? I should rock now. Powerhouse, I'm a weapon. It ain't nothing above it. Jump stupid if you want. Now I gotta cut you. This is my block. 2 houses down. Get a pound or a high glock. Across the street, get a key from my chop shop. My nigga B got 2 2 3s and they drop the cops. It's a bomb, don't be good. Boy, watch your ass, take it off your chest. Brother was hurt, you made a fiberglass. Give it a rest, but they call me Mr. Corn. Open eye, Albert in the trip, won't bet not jump off the line. Blowing my high, scared to come outside. Look, player, what you won't do? Charles gon' hit
Hoppe Hour will be right back. Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
This following segment has been brought to you by the best kava and kratom around. Mitra 9, MITRA-9.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe, HOPPE, to save 20%. Are you looking for an alternative to alcohol? Kava and kratom's the way to go. Mitra-9.com. Use keyword Hoppe. This is also being brought to you by the best pre- and post-workout in the game at Fortify.com, FORTIFEYE.com. And at checkout, use keyword Ryan20 to save 20% on the best pre- and post-workout. Brought to you by Dr. Michael Lang of the nationally syndicated Ask the Doctor radio show. He is the best around. Also, I got my hair cut today. I look so handsome. Go to Rich Keeley Master Barbershop at richkbarber.com and sign up for an appointment. And here's how it goes. When you go there at 4545 West Kennedy Boulevard and you tell Rich that I sent you, he will save you $10. I have been going to him for 4.5 years. He is my longest running sponsor on this very podcast. One of my good friends, and trust me, he is the best barber in all of the Bay Area.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Hey, this is Rick Rumble from Rumble in the Morning on FM 99 in Norfolk, Virginia. And you are listening to Hoppe Hour with my buddy Ryan Hoppe.
Did you know Ryan Hoppe is bipolar? He loves it, no he hates it. He loves it, no he hates it. Get what we did there. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Don't be offended. Please don't be offended. He's sorry in advance.
Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Yo, it's Hoppe Hour, Ryan Hoppe's the name. Flipping thoughts quicker, sharp wit, no strain. Airwaves lit, circus energy insane. Hard-hitting topics, can't forget the fame. HOPPE radio flow. Tune in quick, better know where to go. Hoppe with the mic, steal the show. Wild and unpredictable, vibes about to blow. Caller on the line, best smile, what you say? Hoppe's on the ground, won't let it slip away. Big laughs, big truths, every single day. Keep the dial locked, this is where we play. HOPPE radio flow. Tune in quick, better know where to go. Hoppe with the mic, steal the show. Wild and unpredictable, vibes about to blow. Late night vibes.
856-489 Hoppe.
All the same.
That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com.
Wild and unpredictable, vibes about to blow.
Hoppe Hot Topic.
This next headline I find fascinating.
Even I can acknowledge it, like watching it, I'm like, whoa, that's hot.
Dax Shepard reacts to wife Kristen Bell's steamy scenes.
Yeah, I can't imagine dating somebody and then having them making out on film. I could never date a porn star. But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I saw recently that Sydney Sweeney, who is very attractive, that they were watching like an episode of Euphoria. It was like a season premiere, and her dad and grandpa were there, and they walked out after the sex scene, and I was like, I'd walk out before. And also, she didn't tell her dad prior, but her grandma watched it. And I'm like, that's the most grandma thing ever, to watch your granddaughter's sex tape. Like, grandmas are usually pretty woke, but for guys, yeah.
When it comes to her new hit rom-com series, Nobody Wants This, Dax is rooting for her character Joanne to get together with Adam Brody's Noah. During an interview with E-Talk, Kristen shares her husband's reaction to her chemistry with the OC star.
She's got to be careful, and he's got to be careful that this doesn't become a Mr. and Mrs. Smith thing, because it was just acting with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. And then we saw how that went.
I can acknowledge it, like watching it, I'm like, whoa, that's hot. Yeah. And my husband said the same thing. Like watching the first episode, he was like,
what a cuck.
Like, oh my God, I want you to kiss him so badly.
Kristen, who shares daughters Lincoln and Delta with Dax, plays
Dax looks mentally ill.
sex-positive podcast host Joanne, who meets and falls for newly single rabbi Noah, and the two must navigate family and cultural drama to make their relationship work. And though Kristen's chemistry with Adam appears natural on screen, she said it's anything but.
I guess I'm not trying to be reductive, but I think there's a math to it, which is you have to have two actors that know how to stare dopily into each other's eyes. And
oh, you guys are such deep actors the way you're making out. Oh, you should be applauded. Man, celebrities have such a high opinion of themselves.
You have to have the confidence to expand that and really sit in the anticipatory value before the
whoa, what a big word.
Kiss, which I think is really important.
However, despite all the factors in their favor, the Good Place star noted,
but then beyond that, I guess whether or not people actually want to see you end up with someone.
Oh, trust me, Kristen Bell, we don't mind seeing you making out with people. You're attractive.
Is a crapshoot, and we just kind of got lightning in a bottle.
The series, which was created by Aaron Foster, has been a Netflix hit, and with the finale episode ending on a bit of a cliffhanger, fans are already clamoring for a season 2.
So this show's on Netflix. I don't know what it is about Netflix, but I'm just not that big of a fan of it. Like, I have it, but I just think their original content is so sappy. It's so predictable. Here's a murder documentary, or here's a sex documentary. Like, what else do you have? Anything?
Aaron previously shares with IndieWire, the conversations have definitely started to happen about a potential season 2. The story in season 1 unfolds really slowly. Yeah. So I think if there is a season 2, I would want to just kind of pick up where we leave off and continue to take it slow.
Yeah, can I kiss somebody? Because Dax is really bad at kissing, and I want to kiss people that are good at kissing. Because I don't want to cheat, but I like kissing people that know how to kiss.
Because I don't want us to get too far ahead of ourselves. Adding of the rom-com's future.
Yeah, a lot of times these TV shows take like 2.5 years to come up with a new season. Like, I remember 14 years ago, Mad Men took forever. It was like 2010, and I remember on PTI, I was at the Chicago Cubs convention, because I have ADD and ADHD, so I have a really good memory. I was at the Chicago Cubs convention in 2010, going on 2011, and they were like, Mad Men's going to be delayed for 1.5 years, and everyone was freaking out. And now Euphoria, there hasn't been a new episode in 2 years. Yeah. Hollywood's gotten lazy.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Oh, what the hell is going on with Mariah Carey? Mariah Carey, by the way, shout out to Mariah Carey. She's one of the reasons why I'm heterosexual. Her, Nicole Scherzinger, Rihanna, Hilary Duff. I used to look at pictures of them online in 2005 when I was in 5th grade, and I'm like, I like women.
This award show really is just something that's been a big part of my life.
Mariah Carey sat down with Access Hollywood ahead of the 50th anniversary of the American Music Awards. The pop diva is set to perform on the milestone evening with songs from her album, The Emancipation of Mimi, which is
that was a good CD.
Celebrating its 20th anniversary.
That gives me an existential crisis. Me and my dad weren't the closest, but we loved each other, and he loved Mariah Carey.
Mariah is a 10-time AMA winner herself.
It's extremely special. I feel like I'm part of the AMA family.
Yeah. After the special, the music icon is getting ready for her Christmas tour. This year, an important one as her album, Merry Christmas, turns 30.
Man, time is just going by. Can we slow down time, please?
And like every year, she plans to bring the holiday cheer.
So it's...
I love when you're at a club and they play All I Want for Christmas Is You. Like, I was on this hot day grinding with this girl on December 24th going into 25th in downtown St. Pete. And when it hit midnight, everybody was going crazy for All I Want for Christmas Is You.
it's exciting to be able to share that with people. You know what I mean? Because it's the holidays. Not everyone has the greatest time during the holidays.
Yeah.
But some people are just all the way there. Happy, festive. So I'm trying to be there for both.
I'm going to try to have a really good holiday season this year.
You know, and be, you know, the best festive girl that I can be.
Oh, you can be whatever you want, baby.
But we're not quite there yet. Mariah sharing this on social media for fans who might be a little impatient.
This is your captain speaking. That music brings back memories. I remember in 2007, TikTok, who is the name of a radio DJ, or I think it was Tic Tac, he played All I Want for Christmas Is You for like 3 hours in a row on 103.5 Kiss FM. So whenever I hear that, I just think of growing up.
Welcome aboard, Mariah. We are headed to the North Pole.
Not yet. Sorry.
You want to come south and see my pole, Mariah? I'm kidding. That was a joke about my penis.
The Queen of Christmas herself telling us we still have some time before she starts the festivities.
I think we have a little bit more of October to get through.
You know, she's even sick of that song. She's like, I'm going to push it back as far as I can. Because anybody else would be like, oh yeah, listen whenever. But you can even tell she's a little sick of it.
And then I'll be celebrating.
Oh,
you
really?
know, I'll be on tour.
Hell yeah, baby. I'll see you there. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. Kamala Harris' husband, Doug Emhoff, forcefully slapped ex-girlfriend for flirting with another man and booze-fueled assault after a date to started gala. Vice President Kamala Harris' husband assaulted ex-girlfriend and 3 friends. This has been told to the Daily Mail. The second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, age 59, allegedly struck a woman in the face so hard she spun around while waiting in a valet line late at night around May 2012 at the Cannes Film Festival in France. He must have been really drunk on wine. One of her friends told Daily Mail that the woman called him immediately after the incident, sobbing in her cab, and described the sexual assault, or the alleged assault. Daily Mail is not naming the woman, who is a successful New York attorney, but will refer to her by the name Jane. A second friend named Jane, who had been dating Emhoff for 3 months, she told him about the alleged violence at the time. Can you imagine if this was J.D. Vance or anybody? But, it's a liberal. We got to get Kamala in office, even though she's a career side chick, and Doug Emhoff sounds like a scumbag. A third friend told Daily Mail that Jane first told her in 2014 that she had dated Emhoff and recounted the full story of his alleged abuse in 2018. If you are beating up women, you are the scum of the earth. I have gotten into some wicked arguments with my ex-girlfriends, and I was never close to punching them. I walked outside. This was in 2018 when Senator Harris was in the news after grilling Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh over sexual assault allegations. That was the most annoying time ever. That was like September 2018. That was all everybody talked about. Oh, Doug Emhoff. You're such a scumbag. He just looks like such a cuck. He just looks like somebody that would just, I don't know, not even just cheat, like watch her have sex. Because she tries to paint that business vibe. She's always wearing a suit and she's a businesswoman. She's kind of a bitch. Like, nobody that's ever worked for Kamala, and I know a lot of people, whenever someone's not easy to work with, Ellen DeGeneres, Howard Stern, Cowhead, a lot of times people will talk about somebody, and then after the fact, they come off bitter, but nobody's ever said anything good about Kamala Harris. But we must not have Trump. Neither of them are good, and that's why I'm not voting. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. Hurricane Helene victims are warned to brace for new tropical threat in just days. Forecasters predict a tropical depression could form in the Gulf of Mexico to trigger rain and thunderstorms over the next few days. It's been so depressing because everybody I know either lost their car or their apartment, and I sort of have survivor's guilt where I didn't lose anything, and I feel really bad about it. Like, I'll talk to somebody, hey, are you okay? Yeah, I lost my car in my house. And you're like, oh, great. Like, you don't know what to say to somebody when that happens. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark. She is not the unanimous Rookie of the Year. Angel Reese got 1 vote. And I bet the person who didn't vote for Caitlin Clark, she totally doesn't have a bias against her. Nope, not at all. County women, that doesn't exist in the WNBA. It's the whole league. And the ratings have literally gone down since she hasn't been around. All right, I see this here. This headline is fascinating. New WNBA race war erupts as Megan Rapinoe blasts racist question at the center of Caitlin Clark, the Johnny Dinjanae Connington dispute. And players insist journalists should be fired. All right. These women are so stupid, not all women, but the ones that are associated with sports. You literally have the person who's giving you clout, and you're trying to ruin it because you're jealous that you weren't the one that made the league explode. But sorry, that's how it works. Sometimes people come in. But what are you going to do? Do you not want your league to succeed? The ratings have already dipped since Caitlin Clark got knocked out of the playoffs. And the funny part is I see people on Twitter that are like Angel Reese fans or AJ Wilson fans. They're, look at us knowing women basketball. But that's because of Caitlin. We didn't know their names last year. Come on now. Here's Megan Rapinoe, that dirty, rotten person.
Yeah. All of a sudden, every person in the women's basketball space, and even you, Megan, like, you're getting hit up like, yo, why are they doing this to Caitlin?
Because they're jealous. Unfortunately, the pretty white girl made the league kind of relevant.
Is this happening or is it what's happening? They're just hearing the things and it's like, yeah, is this happening? And I'm like, no, it's not happening. And then I have to give them a diatribe on like 25 minutes about the history of racism and sexism in the country. Yeah.
Right. So before we continue, there is
so very woke of you, Megan. Teach us a way.
One thing I want to reset, that we want to reset, and it's the language being used around fans. Mm-hmm. Fever fans, Caitlin fans, new fans.
Uh-oh.
That actually has to go. That has to go. Say? I understand why at times it's been used. It's kind of just when you're in an interview, when you get asked a question, it's kind of easy to go, oh, the Fever fan base.
Yeah, what do you mean by that? That has to go.
Oh, these new fans. It has to go because it's not the Fever fans. It's not Caitlin fans. That is a large group of people. Let's stick with the Fever for a second. That is a large group of people.
No, it's not. Everybody's a Caitlin fan. Nobody was watching your league beforehand. Admit that and you'll be able to have less stress on your body. Just admit that without Caitlin Clark, no one cares about the WNBA. And I'm seeing these things on Twitter. Well, the ratings are down because they're on ESPN2 or ESPNU and not ABC. Okay. Are the NBA ratings down when they're on ESPN2? Is NFL down when it's on ESPN2? No.
And what we're talking about as we get into the meat of this, we're talking about the faction of that group that is pushing racist agendas and is pushing hate and creating, divisiveness online.
Bring examples, because there's clear racism towards Caitlin. Being elbowed to the ground and whatnot. I just can't stand double standards. Someone commented, having Megan Rapinoe back you is not a positive thing. She's totally doing it for her own publicity. Yeah, she just gives me bad vibes, man. The only female soccer player I like is Hope Solo is a domestic abuse piece of garbage. She's a domestic abuser. The only female soccer player I like is Alex Morgan. She seems like wifey material. Oh, I love me some Alex Morgan. Seattle Storm star Gabby Williams quits WNBA in wake of controversial Caitlin Clark comments. Let me look up Gabby Williams' stats, because the Daily Mail and TMZ, everybody is a star. Everybody, superstar. It's the most overused word in sports. She averages 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal, which is not bad. And in the playoffs, she has 17 points and 6 rebounds, which is really good for the WNBA. But I guess she left the WNBA, and I'll tell you right now why. And now she's playing over in Turkey. A WNBA star has sensationally quit the league after reigniting the furor over Caitlin Clark's earnings and the salaries in women's basketball. Seattle Storm star Gabby Williams has left to join Fenerbahce, Fenerbahce in Turkey, following her team's elimination from the WNBA playoffs but a Las Vegas Acres. She better not pull a Brittany Griner and bring a weed pen to the airport. Williams' move comes just days after she sparked controversy by slamming the league for its failure to pay players more. Bring attention! You don't understand this. Nobody has ever watched your league until this year. I know you're all jealous and it drives you nuts, but bring more attention. Gabby Williams also weighed in on the Clark's earning, which has been a hot topic ever since the 22-year-old was drafted by the Indiana Fever with the first overall pick. President Joe Biden was among those to speak out, claiming women are not paid their fair share after it emerged the rookie contract was worth only $76,000. But nobody has ever watched the WNBA before this. Now, if you're a woman listening, you're going to probably think that's sexist, but nobody ever watched it. So it wasn't worth money. It wasn't worth money. It was literally a tax write-off. And now you have a chance with Caitlin, but every female that played before Caitlin is mad. Diana Taurasi, Cheryl Swoops, all these players are mad that it's not them. So they're trying to bring down Caitlin, but that's just going to bring down the league, and you guys will go back to being irrelevant. Caitlin Clark helped the WNBA enjoy record viewing figures and a huge spike in attendance. But her rookie season also included allegations of bullying and racial privilege. Okay. Listen to me. I got to be careful about how I say this. When you're saying that Caitlin Clark is getting everything because she's white, that's being racist. She can't control her skin color. She also can shoot a three-pointer from half court and doesn't ever respond to any of the trolls that are trying to hurt her in the league. Sorry that she's classy and everybody else doesn't know how to be classy in the WNBA. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert reached out. She previously claimed that WNBA players can make up to $700,000 a year, only for Gabby Williams to resist. That's actually not true at all. There's not one player who makes that. Yeah, commissioners in sports are always the worst. I used to hang out with a lot of NFL players when I hung out with Ian Beckles, and I produced his show, Beckles and Retcher, on DAE. And let me tell you, Roger Goodell, it's the mafia. The owners, it's the mafia. One Caitlin Clark fan then pointed out that the Indiana Fever Stars earnings had in fact passed, let me get the pop-up here. I hate these pop-ups. Had passed $700,000 during her rookie season. That is despite her base WNBA salary of $76,000. Gabby Williams responded to the fan on social media, insisting that she was only referring to WNBA pay, not money made through sponsorships and outside deals. But this is the thing. You can be jealous all you want. Like, listen, there are people my age that are in radio markets in like 75 markets. There are people that got radio shows because of who their dad is, and I can either be bitter or just keep doing my thing. All these players are the same way. There's always going to be privileged people. But it has nothing to do with her race. It has everything to do with her likability and that she made the league relevant. And then you had AJ Wilson go, it doesn't matter how hard I work. It doesn't matter what we do as black women. We're still going to be swept under the rug. That's racist. Sorry, Caitlin Clark brought attention. You could be supporting her. God. Ridiculous. Charles Barkley described it best, and I'll load it up in a second. It was during Inside the NBA in the playoffs back in like May. Everybody is so catty about Caitlin Clark, man. Shut up. You're literally going to ruin it. And there's going to be a 30 for 30 in 10 years about how everybody hated on Caitlin Clark for no reason. All right. Here's Charles Barkley. He says it perfectly.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Oh, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes. Listen, what she's accomplished, give her her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women out there. She got y'all ass charters.
Duh, you were nothing without her.
Bringing all y'all this money to the table, but y'all being petty like dudes. LeBron, you 100% right. Y'all girls, stop being petty.
Yeah, there you go. 856-49-HOPPY. 856-494-6773. I saw this next headline here, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it cracked me up because it's like slow news day entertainment. Hoppe Hour literally is slow news day entertainment. I don't want to say it's mindless, but I don't take myself seriously. But I saw this next headline and I go, Drake unfollowed LeBron on Instagram after LeBron went to a Kendrick Lamar show in June. That is spicy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Drake is the biggest clout-chasing bitch out there. Yeah, he made a lot of good songs. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, he's also an alleged pedophile, and it's the unspoken thing. And honestly, if I'm LeBron, I'm glad that he unfollowed me. Also, going back to the WNBA, the player from the Seattle Storm, Gabby Williams, her overseas debut is stopped in terrifying scenes as players are rushed to safety just days after she quit the WNBA. Yeah, maybe making $76,000 is not ideal, but being in Turkey is also not ideal. Yet at her debut for Fenerbahce, whatever the team's name, the French-American power forward had to be rushed to safety with her teammates in the opposition when fans in attendance began to throw fireworks onto the court. Wow. Think about that. Yeah, you're underpaid in the WNBA, but hey, at least now you're in, let's say, good old Turkey, where there's fireworks being thrown at you. That's so much better than America. You should bring Macklemore with you. You're both in Seattle with your F America attitude. Forget the up-and-coming league known as the WNBA that has a chance. Let's go overseas where we're going to literally have our life on the line. And there's just fireworks being thrown at me. Probably not the best business decision, but hey, what do I know? I know a lot. That's why I host this show known as Hoppe Hour. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. This show is for the hard-working average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you live in the U.S. or the U.K. As long as you're listening, that's all that matters. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Do not touch that radio dial or that streaming device. However the hell you're listening to Hoppe Hour. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
It doesn't look so shiny to me.
Shinier than yours, meatbag.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Hard body alert. Man up, band up, alert. Them drillers is out. We drillin'. Do the money walk. Throw a stack of two. For a stack of two. They'll whack a crew. Yeah, no, I don't like that word. Loud only anti-men. I don't like that herb. When with your wife, she dirt. She jacking, call her jockey. I'ma send her home with a breath smelling cocky. I'm arrogant, cocky, Louis high body. I need some artwork. I'ma call Cardi, getaway driver. I'ma call Kari, Mac leave him sorry. Been so many on me, all my niggas real. They PlayStation Sony, in other words they phony. So many mini-me's, when did I start cloning? Do the money dance, I'm full but I'm hungry. I'm Louis 3 times, like Tony. Whipping off safety, I know I'm safe, it's on me. I got some new fans, shout out who put them on me. Do the money dance, do the money dance, do the money dance, do a couple bands. Do the money dance, do the money dance, do the money dance, do a couple bands. Do the money dance, do the money dance, do the money dance, do a couple bands. Do the money dance, do the money dance, do the money dance, do a couple bands.
Walk on, getting that money walk. Jay-Z pimpin', Diddy vision. Shoot the 50, bat I hit, no training wheels, them hitters rolling. Ain't no time for block to block. Shoot up cribs, snatch up kids. You niggas scared, go on, walk it out. I play to win, ain't no losses, stupid. My circle closed, we get money, they look funny. Fuck your life and your wife, little folks to be wildin' out. Stupid bands, wipe them out. Drill style be my money dance. Dress, swing, legs, spin. I love my city, shot racks, but we heat them up. D-Wade's back, shout out to Big Bro Zach Mac. Duck the case, fuck the Jakes.
Let's go! Play it!
Fuck the Jakes, play no games, poker face. Anti-mid, cuss the face. Lean got me sleeping 9, but I'm wide awake. Hit the loud, no eyes but pump. King go stupid, I go clueless. Money dance, ain't no juking. Cool ass niggas shove and push 'em. We real groovy, you lames losing.
Do the money dance, do the money dance, do the money dance, do a couple bands. Do the money dance, do the money dance, do the money dance, do a couple bands. Do the money dance, do the money dance, do the money dance, do a couple bands. Do the money dance, do the money dance, do the money dance, do a couple bands.
And that was King Louie and Boss Woo. I sound so Caucasian by saying that. With Money Dance.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by the best MMA trainer in all of the Bay Area, Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. When I tell you that he is the absolute best, I am a man of my words. Here's how this goes. He is at 2700 22nd Street North, and that's in St. Petersburg, 727-821-4097. That's 727-821-4097. All right, we're going to come back in Hoppe Hour, and we're going to keep this party going because we have so much to get into right after this.
Now, something completely different.
He is heavily medicated, always high, allegedly, and caffeinated on energy drinks. What could possibly go wrong? Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Yeah. Spin the dial, tune in. It's Hoppe Hour show. Out of Tampa Bay, where the good vibes flow. Ryan Hoppe got the scoop, hot gossip and toast. Celebrity news, dating tips, we all in the know. Hoppe Hour with Ryan is the place to be. Celebrity buzz, the love line's free. 856-494-4673. Call up, spill your tea.
856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773.
Breaks it down, no drama.
You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com.
The love line's free. 856-494-4673. Call up, spill your tea, live on the frequency. Talking about stars, scandals, and affairs.
Happy Hot Topic.
Oh, yeah. Right here on Hoppe Hour. This next headline is very interesting. The insufferable Mark Consuelos celebrates his sexy wife on their 54th birthday.
Mark Consuelos is celebrating his wife Kelly on her special day. On October 2nd, the actor posts to Instagram a cute montage of throwback pics of his wife in honor of her 45th birthday.
She's either insufferable as a wife or the best wife ever. And also, she does not look 54. I know it's because of makeup and procedures, but you got to give credit to where credit's due.
He writes in the caption, "Happy birthday, sexy. I'm so glad you were born. What a beautiful sprint around the sun. The best is yet to come. P.S. I promise not to snore so much this year." And the celebration didn't stop there. Kelly even got a little surprise during the couple's daytime show, Live with Kelly and Mark.
Now listen, no birthday would be complete without your favorite annual Fudgy the Whale.
They brought her a cake.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Even though you're a 54-year-old woman with about 30 summers left.
Wow. From Carvel.
Thank you, Carvel. Thank
Brought to you by our sponsor, Carvel.
you for inventing Fudgy the Whale, which is the only reason I agree to turn older every year. This is so nice. Thank you all for making my birthday so special.
Like, there's these moments that she comes off like a genuine human. Sometimes she's insufferable, and then there's this.
Happy birthday to all of you, my fellow Libras.
And fun moments like these are why fans love seeing the pair together on their show, which is now in its second official season since Mark joined Kelly last April.
Yeah, they were like, you're literally the only person that can stand being around her, unlike Michael Strahan, Regis, who kind of made it work, and Ryan Seacrest.
Recently, E! News spoke to the two about the new season and how their marriage has changed now that they work together.
Yeah, that must really make things different, because before you would see each other after work, but now you're almost always around each other.
Mark and Kelly, it's so nice to see you. Thank you so much for having me here
Thanks
today.
for being here.
And congratulations on the second season. We have the whole audience here too. It's so exciting. Already off to an incredible start.
I would love for a reporter to be like honest, be like, it's off to an average start.
like for you both getting back into the groove of this new season?
It was like going back to school.
It really
got the
was,
Sunday
yeah.
scaries the night before.
Yeah.
No, but it's been great.
All right, there's 7 more minutes of that, and I can only imagine it's mindless. 856-49-HOPPE. Then there's this headline here that reminds you that being famous is not always what it's cracked out to be.
Happy Hot Topic!
Dakota Fanning is reflecting on her time as a child star. During an interview with The Cut, published October 1st, the 30-year-old actress, who began her career at the age of 6, is
It makes you feel old that Dakota Fanning is 30. I mean, she's kind of my age. I'm a year older.
opening up about her experience growing up in the movie business, sharing that members of the media frequently cross the line when interviewing her, telling the outlet, "I remember journalists asking me, how are you avoiding becoming a tabloid girl? People would ask super inappropriate questions."
I can only imagine she must have got hit on as a teenager. I know that sounds creepy, but it is howly weird.
She continues, "I was in an interview as a child and somebody asked, how could you possibly have any friends?"
That's the paparazzi or whoever asked her that talking about themselves.
The Perfect Couple actress, whose sister Elle Fanning was also a child star, goes on to discuss the difficulties of other celebrities who similarly grew up in the spotlight, but whose careers or personal lives were more tumultuous than hers, saying, "I have a lot of compassion for people who have been made into examples."
Amanda Bynes, Britney Spears.
If society and the media hadn't played their part, who knows? Dakota continues, "I don't think that is necessarily connected 100% to being in this business. There are other factors too." The actress, whose breakout role was starring alongside Sean Penn in 2001's I Am Sam, goes on to credit her mother for not only raising her well and teaching her to have good manners, but also for physically being with her as she worked on movie sets as a minor.
That's a good point because you literally have you have Justin Bieber hanging out with Diddy without the parents. That's very good that Dakota Fanning's mom protected her.
Sharing, "I have a mother who taught me how to treat other people and also how to treat myself, and she was there every second. I was always treated with respect. It was never, bring the kid in, get her out. I wasn't working with people who treated me that way. I was being respected as an actor and as an equal, as you can be for that age."
That is so good. We're going to move on. I have that saying, if I'm bored, you're bored. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. Now, I'm from the Midwest, and that's where Jay Leno did his absolute best. I didn't like David Letterman growing up because my parents liked it, and I wanted to be the opposite. But I used to love Jay Leno. I remember he had this joke in 2007 where he was talking about a couple having sex on a train in London, and he said it gave a whole new meaning to ride in the tube. And my 7th grade self laughed so hard at it. Like, I know he was kind of insecure about the whole Letterman versus Leno thing, but Leno is a legend and supposedly a good guy. And then we have this right here in the headlines that I find absolutely, positively interesting because I forgot about this.
Whoa! Happy hot topic! Now to a Jay Leno health update. 2 years after his horrific burn accident, the comedian is sharing new details.
I drove myself to the clinic. I said to them, I got to go home first and tell my wife. So I went home, and when I woke up, the pillow was stuck to my feet. So I had to take scissors. And then when I drove back to the hospital, I got pillow face. And so they took the pillow out of my face, and they gave me a new face.
After third-degree burns, skin grafts, and reconstructive surgery, Jay says he got a brand new face. And then, 2 months later,
I'm riding my motorcycle. A guy had a wire across the road, and boom, it tore my face out of it.
After that second accident, Jay was helped again by Dr. Peter Grossman, who he honored yesterday at the Daytime Beauty Awards.
So he gave me another face, so I guess I'm officially a two-faced bastard now.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a pretty good joke.
And we have sad news to report. Frank Fritz, the star of American Pickers, has died at the age of 60.
Rest in peace. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. I see this here. Jimmy Carter turned 100.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
And Donald Trump has to make it about himself.
Jimmy Carter is the happiest man because Jimmy Carter is considered a brilliant president by comparison.
Former President Donald Trump mocked former President Jimmy Carter during one of his recent speeches. The jab came on Carter's 100th birthday.
Like, that's so 2016. Like, Donald Trump is just so tired at this point.
Trump was speaking at a manufacturing facility in Wisconsin on Tuesday, October 1st, after calling President Joe Biden the worst president in U.S. history. Trump called out Carter without mentioning his historic age landmark.
And you're seeing the most incompetent administration in history.
Who, you?
the absolute worst president in the history of our country. They rate vice presidents too, and she's rated last, but he's rated last. Worst president. Jimmy Carter is the happiest man because Jimmy Carter is considered a brilliant president by comparison.
Carter did not serve a second term as president after being defeated by Republican Ronald.
I mean, let's be honest here. Before Trump and Biden and all that, 30 years ago, Jimmy Carter was a joke. It's cool that he lived to 100, but there's a little bit of truth to what Trump said. A little bit. He could have been nicer about it or just not said it, but we're talking about Donald Trump here.
Reagan in 1980. Trump's remark came as Carter was honored as the longest living president, celebrating a century of life. The milestone day coming more than 19 months after he entered hospice care in February of last year. According to reports by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, when asked if he wanted to live to see his 100th birthday, Carter told his son, Chip Carter, "I'm only trying to make it to vote for Kamala Harris."
856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. Kristen Cavallari, age 37, shocked ex Mark Estes, 24, with split. And she broke up with him because he wants to have kids someday, and she doesn't ever want to have kids again. And he asked her to reconsider, and he had gotten really close to her kids. And that Mark someday does want to have kids, and that someday he will thank her. She said, "One day I know he will look back and understand and know why I did it." So, right here on Hoppe Hour, dun, 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 we have this.
Mark Estes breaks his silence on his split with Kristen Cavallari. After Kristen Cavallari confirmed she ended her relationship with the Montana Boys member after 7 months of dating, the TikToker shares his perspective on the split. His rep exclusively tells E! News October 2nd, Mark has immense love and respect for Kristen and their time together. He's focused on the future of his business and his project in development with Vice Studios.
I mean, she kind of did the right thing by doing it, because you don't want to get more attached, but it doesn't mean it doesn't suck.
While Kristen briefly addressed the breakup while chatting with Alex Cooper at her Unwell tour stop in Austin, Texas, September 28th, a few days later, the 37-year-old got candid about the decision to end her romance with Mark, who is 24. The Laguna Beach alum said on an October 1st episode of her Let's Be Honest podcast,
I broke up with Mark because I just know long-term it's not right.
Yeah. I think her friends really got into her ear, and then the paparazzi over and over asking about it. If I'm Mark, I'm mad at the friends and the paparazzi. They essentially C-blocked him.
And it's not because of love lost or something bad happened.
She seems sadder about this breakup than when she broke up with Jay Cutler.
And no one cheated, no one was mean, like no one did anything. And those breakups are always the hardest, I think, because it's almost easier if the guy, does something that makes you hate him. And then it's like,
yeah, she's talking about Jay.
That guy, I want him out of my life forever. Like, Mark didn't do anything. Mark has been nothing but so sweet and so supportive, and he's always been there. I mean, he's been the best boyfriend I've ever had.
Turns out.
Yeah, maybe you should have tried to make it work. I don't know. The him wanting to have kids thing is stupid.
13-year age gap became more of a hurdle than she anticipated.
He needs to experience life. He's young. I mean, he is. And
he was 1 year old during 9/11.
I started to feel the age a little bit just with life experience. And, I look back when I was 24 and how much life has happened for me in between then. And I mean, those are crucial years. Those are formative years. This is when you find yourself.
Yeah, she didn't want to be the reason that he lost out on his 20s.
And he needs to be able to do that.
But during their relationship, Kristen defended Mark amid public criticism of their age gap and shared.
Anybody who is criticizing it doesn't realize that when you're in your 20s or even 30s and you're dating an older woman, it's the absolute best. I love me a cougar. Cougars are the best. Anybody hating on it is the worst.
Insight into what her inner circle thought.
Yeah, just because it wasn't going to work long term doesn't mean it's bad.
Relationship, Kristen defended Mark amid public criticism of their age gap and shared insight into what her inner circle thought about their relationship.
Let's see here. I'm going to guess the inner circle kind of went along with it, but didn't like it.
Told Bustle back in July, I understand what it looks like from the outside world of like, yeah, I'm dating a 24-year-old, but no one in my life has been like, this is weird. Everyone's like, I get it. It makes sense.
Oh, did it? Because now it doesn't, because they broke up after 7 months.
Before continuing, I own my own house. I have kids. I don't need a man for anything other than just pure happiness.
Yeah, even though you tried to get more money from Jay, but you don't need a man at all.
Emotionally, he's able to step up to the plate, and he's shown up for me more than anyone else I've ever dated.
Man, she's really implying that Jay Cutler is a scumbag.
And though ending their relationship was a difficult decision to make, she admitted on her podcast she has no regrets.
This isn't a bad thing. I really look at our relationship as such a beautiful relationship.
I think it's easier for her to go through the breakup than for, like, him. It's probably harder for him. Guys are always like, we gotta be stoic and not have emotions. But breakups suck.
Probably the best relationship of my life, quite honestly. It was very healthy and very mature, and it was nothing but sweet and loving. And Mark is a really good guy. I mean, he really is such a good guy.
We get it. He's a good guy. 856-49-HOPPE. This next headline, these people really need to go away forever.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
You know, I feel like it's my job to hold us together in that way.
J-Lo.
It's my job to kind of put the kids first and our family first.
Over a decade later, Jennifer Lopez is staying true to that amid her divorce from Ben Affleck. A source telling ET the estranged couple is still seeing each other because of their kiddos.
We do our best. We try our best.
After being spotted all together at the...
He sounds so defeated there. We try our best. We try.
Kiddos.
We do our best. We try our best.
After being spotted all together at the Beverly Hills Hotel last month. Our source says J-Lo and Ben are spending time together for the sake of the kids. They all got very close during their relationship, and there's still a great deal of love there.
It changed me very much. I mean, it changed my whole perspective on life. You know, it really prioritized what was important and what's not so important that you thought was like so important before.
Yeah. But it's not only family holding them together, it's also their homes and businesses. Jen and Ben are still working through sorting out property and projects that they had vested interests in, and it's not as if they can just cut each other out of one another's lives so quickly.
Yeah, that can't be ideal. That you can't just get rid of them because you got things involved. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. This next headline is ridiculous. Will Smith, his fart on set of Men in Black 3 made them evacuate for 3 hours.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
Will Smith is a farter. It's just some people are. And you really don't want to be inside a very small, hermetically sealed space with a Will Smith fart.
That's the voice of Men in Black director Barry Sonnenfeld revealing a gassy moment for Will Smith that brought production to a halt. The film director shared the story on the October 2nd episode of the Let's Talk Off Camera with Kelly Ripa podcast. The director recounting the story when Kelly asked him to recall the craziest story of working on the films.
So, Barry, you did all 3 Men in Black films.
Right.
Give me your number one crazy story from Men in Black.
Well, there are really so many, but here's one. We were getting ready to shoot Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, and Tommy does not suffer fools, I'll tell you that. And
right.
Although he loved Will and Will loved Tommy, they just thought each other was hilarious. So anyway, they have to be put in this device, which is the inside of their car that transforms into a hypercar, right? And they're going to go through the Midtown Tunnel upside down.
Yeah.
So we have to bring a ladder over, on wheels, like it's like the old days when, you would get on airplanes from the tarmac, and we get them up there and we put them in the thing and we turn it upside down and we're ready to shoot, and they're hermetically sealed in this space, and there are locks to prevent it from opening and falling.
As the two actors were about to shoot the scene, Sonnenfeld recalls Smith let one rip.
I say, roll camera, and I hear Will Smith go, "Oh, Jesus, so sorry. Tommy, so sorry. Baz, get the ladder." And you hear Tommy saying, "That's fine, Will. No worries, Will. Don't worry, Will." Anyway, I don't know what's gone on, right? So we race the ladder over. Yeah. Tommy reaches his leg out as the ladder is coming over, races down the stairs. And what happened was Will Smith is a farter. It's just some people are.
Man, he's a cock. He's a farter. Will's just not very manly.
And you really don't want to be inside a very small, hermetically sealed space with a Will Smith fart. You don't even want to be sitting next to him at the Disney Ranch.
He goes on to reveal production was paused for a few hours after the smelly incident.
Does anybody like Will Smith? It's getting weird out there.
When you release them from the space chamber, did the stench emit out? Like, were you able to smell it?
We evacuated the stage for about.
All right, we're going to evacuate this segment because I'm getting bored. 856-49-HOPPY. I'm not really big into scatological humor.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
Sabrina Carpenter is setting the record straight. The pop star appeared to respond to a video which claimed that she only sings less than half the time on stage during her short and sweet tour. Hate to say it, but 30% lip syncing, 30% backing track, 40% singing.
It's not lip singing, it's lip syncing, you dummies.
A user on TikTok wrote under a video of Sabrina performing to her hit song, Please, Please, Please.
TikTok having bad grammar and facts? No, that never happens.
Though not everyone in the comments agreed, with many coming to Sabrina's defense. One person commented, her Toronto concert was 100% live, to which the creator responded, it wasn't though. While another person wrote, she sang live the whole time, with the creator replying, video shows different. But the Espresso singer clapped back herself, writing, I sing live every show 100%. Would you like to speak to my audio engineers?
What are they going to say? You don't do it? Yeah, you speak to the audio engineer. Yeah, she lip syncs. That's the dumbest thing ever.
According to a screenshot of the interaction posted online. The Coincidence singer has been enjoying a lot of success recently. Following her short and sweet album release,
she's pretty cute.
Embarked on its tour. While in New York City, fans flocked to Madison Square Garden September 29th, including Selena Gomez, who uploaded videos of herself jamming out to the pop star, even posting a video dancing along to Sabrina's hit song Juno, and tagged her boyfriend Benny Blanco.
All right, that's a visual. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. Angel Reese loses huge $100,000 wager with Shaq after underestimating his basketball skills at the age of 52.
$100,000 if you make this shot. Let's see.
And he drains the shot. Angel Reese put $100,000 on the line during a recent meetup with NBA legend Shaq, daring him to make a free throw, which the longtime Lakers switched without hesitation. O'Neal and Reese's collaboration appeared to be the Chicago Sky Stars Instagram story with a duo in a smaller basketball gym. I guess I owe him $100K, Shaq, Reese said with a crying emoji. Yeah, WNBA players are like, we're not paid enough. And then they're also like, let's just go through our whole savings.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day. I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Addicted! him. Mikey Dangerous. You know it's an urban heat production. Yeah. Yeah. All my sexy body ladies, my babies. Now is the time for you to let loose and get crazy.
You lit my fire.
Come on.
Baby, don't you stop now.
Keep it burning.
Let me hear you scream. Play my little game. Shut the two-way off now. Take them clothes off of me. Let me show you how we play my little game. Got my girls and me looking fly. Take a night out, we out the door. As I pull up to the club, saw you there, damn, you're hard to ignore. The party's jumping, you're on the floor. Let me put your hands where I want them more. As I move with you, I can't deny it. I want you badly, baby, we on fire. No, come into my secret place, you see what I do. You lit my fire. Baby, don't you stop now. Let me hear you scream and play my little game. Shut the two-way off now. Take them clothes off of me. Let me show you how we play my little game.
Move your body, girl. Shake your body, girl.
All the way down, all the way down.
Move your body, girl. Shake your body, girl.
All the way down, all the way down. Seen you around here once before. Turn my head to your heart to ignore. Got me thinking, I approach ya. Give you my number to give me a call. Just you here now, I hear your voice. Asking me what I wear and take it off. I'm wondering if you're coming over, so we can do just a little exploring. I just wanna show you what you want me to. Come into my secret place, you see what I do. You lit my fire. Baby, don't you stop now. Let me hear you scream and play my little game. Shut the two-way off now. Take them clothes off of me. Let me show you how we play my little game.
Me see you in the dance hall, girl, no it's on. Love the way you flex and the way you perform. Move your body. Tell no lie, girl, you body a go on. Can't wait for you dropping on me palm. Cause indeed, girl, you got me intrigued. Requesting my love, me give you what you need. Proceed. Give you loving and make you please. I make you sing songs like these. Sweet melodies, your heart and your soul you revealing. Anytime you're ready, make me know what's the dealing. Throw your wine, girl, me don't know the meaning. Tonight I'm gonna give you some of this sexual healing. Girl, you're sexy, you're so appealing. The face and the way, some me know you are the real thing. Gonna have the screaming, lots of heart breathing. So my girl, why express your feeling?
You lit my fire.
Oh, really?
Stop now. Let me hear you scream and play my little game. Shut the two-way off. Take them clothes off of me. Let me show you how we play my little game. Oh, you lit my fire. Baby, don't you stop now. Let me hear you scream.
All my ladies, my babies.
Play my little game. Shut the two-way off. Take them clothes off of me. Let me show you how we play my little game.
Move your body, girl. Shake your body, girl. Hey, you feel wine and go down now. Move your body, girl. Shake your body, girl. Hey, you better wine and go down now. Move your body, girl. Sexy body, girl. Hey, you feel wine and go down now. Move your body, girl. Sexy body, girl. Wine and go down now.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. Let's get some lo-fi here. This following segment has been brought to you by the absolute best Delta 8 CBD honey around. DZBZHoney.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe, HOPPE, to save 20%. This is also being brought to you by Mitra 9, Kava, and Kratom. MITRA-9.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe, HOPPE, to save 20%. Also, this is being brought to you by Fortify.com, FORTIFEYE.com. At checkout, use keyword Ryan20 to save 20% on the best pre- and post-workout. Also, AmirAcademy.com, the best MMA trainer. Also, Rich Cayley Master Barbershop at richkbarber.com, westchaseprinting.com. Use keyword Hoppe on the invoice. Counselingoncall.net if you need to get your mental health looked at. And that's about it. We're going to come back on Hoppe Hour and keep this party going right after this.
Completely different.
Syndicated across the world and heard exclusively on every podcasting platform by searching Hoppe Radio. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Did you know that Ryan Hoppe got a vasectomy? Well, now you know, and we aren't even sure why we told you. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
What everyone else is afraid to say, Ryan Hoppe will say for you. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. Let's go back to 2006 with the greatest radio commercial ever from Chicago.
What? You're celebrating the new year? Grand Poobah, you're still celebrating? Oh, with incredible deals on every new 06 and 07 Mitsubishi, including the all-new 07 Outlander. That's outselling, outpricing, outseating, out everything the competition. Plus there's 0% financing on new 06 and 07 Mitsubishi, or cashback from $1,000 to $6,000 to qualified buyers. That is something to toot your horn about. Max Madsen, you might be mad in bed, but you're not crazy.
He's bad, but you'll be glad when you meet Max Madsen. He's mad, he's bad, Max Madsen.
Max Madsen Mitsubishi in Downers Grove, Countryside, and Aurora. Shop online at maxmadsen.com. Mitsubishi Motors, driven to thrill.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan's tall like the sky, 6'9" he's fly. From Chicago to the Bay, in St. Pete he'll stay. Talk of love and fame, dating life's his game. News all stars he spills, with laughter fills. Hoppe Hour, all you need.
Oh, sure.
Rich and Ely, take a seat.
Yeah, bitch.
Ryan's got the groove. Hoppe Hour makes you move.
My favorite part.
A cat by his side.
Meow. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. And for all the info, ryanhopperadio.com and Ryan Hoppe Radio on all social media. Let's get back to the content on Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour in your soul. Hoppe Hour, all you need. Rich and Ely, take a seat.
Whoa! Hoppe Hot Topic!
Oh, yeah.
I will not be taking my son to a prison to meet his grandfather.
R. Kelly's family is reflecting on the emotional toll of his legal saga.
Yeah, that's got to be weird when your dad's R. Kelly.
In the new documentary, R. Kelly's Karma, A Daughter's Journey, out October 11th, the disgraced musician's family, including estranged daughter Joanne Kelly, share how they are coping since he was found guilty of multiple sex crimes. A teaser for the special shows Joanne, who also goes by the name Buku Abi, breaking down while
what a name,
recalling her childhood with the singer and how she now plans to protect her son.
If my son asks questions, I'm going to be as truthful as possible.
Yeah, that's got to be weird, having him as your grandpa.
But I will not be taking my son to a prison.
Makes sense.
To meet his grandfather.
The network teased on social media that Joanne will reveal a, quote, heartbreaking secret from her past, with the 26-year-old noting in the clip how she can now pinpoint a pivotal moment.
He was my everything.
It's it's really sad because psychopaths can have emotions for their family. The same thing's going to happen with Diddy and his daughter.
For a long time, I didn't even want to believe that it happened. I didn't know that even if he was a bad person, that he would do something to me.
And it shows pictures of him being a father. It's like, it's weird to think that he's a dad.
I really feel like that 1 millisecond completely just changed my whole life.
In 2022, Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison after being found guilty on all charges in his...
All right, we remember. We're going to move on. 856-49-HOPPY. Eminem's going to be a grandpa. That makes me feel really old.
Eminem is officially about to be a grandfather. Eminem's daughter Haley Jade confirms she's pregnant with her and husband Evan McClintock's first baby. And she shares the news in the sweetest way in her dad's new music video for his song Temporary.
All right, we can't play this on the show because of copyright, but Eminem's going to be a grandpa. I saw this headline.
Georgia and her husband John McGinty were in an Uber on the way home from dinner. The accident happened in an instant.
We went right through the light, and there was a loud bang and a hard crash.
Their driver ran a red light. The couple suffered multiple broken bones. Georgia had internal injuries after the 2022 crash.
They kind of got me out on a stretcher, and it was like pouring rain on top of me, and I could hear John calling to me from the other ambulance.
That sounds bad.
You've just described, there's emotional damage too, isn't there?
Yeah.
More than a person can imagine.
The couple wants to sue Uber, but the New Jersey Superior Court recently ruled they can't because Georgia agreed to the company's terms of service.
Georgia having a bad law? No! Georgia's the worst.
Which includes something called an arbitration provision, waiving the right to a trial by jury in the case of an accident.
Why?
But the McGinty say Georgia didn't agree to the terms of use for the most recent update. It was her 12-year-old daughter using her mom's Uber Eats account.
I think she was ordering pizza delivery. Yeah.
And waiving in the process your right to a trial by...
That's why nobody reads the terms and conditions of anything, but sometimes they can really screw you over.
A jury if you got in an accident.
Right.
The court ruled in part that because Georgia agreed to previous versions of the terms of use herself, she was bound by them. In a statement to NBC News, Uber writes the plaintiff agreed to Uber's terms of service on 3 separate occasions, including when she first signed up in 2015.
Yeah.
If they go to arbitration, it's confidential. Their dispute is settled in private by a third party.
I never liked Uber. It was cool when it first came out, but Lyft is so much better. Uber has this weird thing where it'll be some dude picking you up, but they have their girlfriend driving. There's a lot of alternative drivers in Uber. Lyft is just a more normal experience.
Process often benefits companies facing liabilities.
They won't get bad press, and an arbitrator is usually less likely to give out a big damages award than a jury of someone's peers.
The ruling comes just months after a man tried to sue Disney for the wrongful death of his
Yeah, you're never going to win a lawsuit against Disney.
Wife after she had an allergic reaction in a restaurant in Disney World. Initially, the company said he was bound by the terms of service he agreed to on his Disney Plus streaming account. But in August, after the case got a lot of attention, the company changed course, waiving arbitration and saying, with such unique circumstances as the ones in this case, we believe this situation warrants a sensitive approach to expedite a resolution. The McGintys hope their case could lead to changes in the law.
I think that we need, as a society, to move to try to protect consumers.
Thank you. You're the hero we all need. 856-49-HOPPY.
Happy hot topic! She's the ex-beauty queen accused of hiring a hitman to kill her husband.
She's being romanticized because she's hot, but when a man tries to kill his wife, he's crucified.
How you guys feeling today?
We're ready to see what's happening today.
Oh my God, I sound like the most vapid person ever.
We're hopeful.
You confident?
We're hopeful.
You're hopeful?
Yes.
Her 2 accused conspirators also appeared in court. including the Bahamian bartender she was allegedly having a love affair with.
Somebody who tries to kill their husband having an affair? No! You sound like such a moral person.
37-year-old Lindsay Shiver hit the headlines last July when she was arrested here in the island paradise where she and her husband spent their vacations together. According to prosecutors, she was plotting to have her husband executed. Kill him, she allegedly texted the accused hitman. Lindsay and Robert Shiver were high school sweethearts.
Oh, he looks like such a beta male. You know she loves bad boys. But she has no credibility, so she wouldn't just dump somebody.
On a county beauty pageant.
So you're like one of those wannabe models. Whenever a woman wins a beauty pageant, like a small one, they always bring it up when they're in their 50s. I used to be a beauty pageant model. What can you do for me now? You're washed up.
Have 3 children together. Last year, cops were children together. Last year, cops were called to their mansion in Georgia after they got into an argument.
Man, the fact that she's a mother is the movie Idiocracy.
We have filed for divorce.
Okay.
Living in the same house. It's hell on earth, as you can imagine.
Yeah, you sound like such a princess, though. I'm sure you're never the problem. Sociopath! Like, you just look at her, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I don't care how pretty she is. You're a psychopath. You're a loser. Enough for her. And finally...
Now to the Matthew Perry overdose investigation. One of the former doctors accused of distributing ketamine to the Friends star pled guilty in a Los Angeles courtroom yesterday. And our Kana Wentworth is in Los Angeles with the latest. Good morning, Kana.
Michael, good morning to you. Dr. Mark Chavez is the third person to plead guilty in the death of Matthew Perry. He could face 10 years in prison as he now helps investigators build their case against 2 other defendants.
Yeah.
This morning, one of the doctors charged in the ketamine overdose death of Friends star Matthew Perry pleading guilty. Mark Chavez hustled out of a Los Angeles federal courtroom Wednesday after admitting to writing fraudulent ketamine prescriptions for Perry. He's one of 5 people prosecutors say took part in a broad, underground criminal network.
These defendants took advantage of Mr. Perry's addiction issues to enrich themselves.
Investigators say Perry, who died nearly a year ago, was legally prescribed the powerful anesthetic to treat depression, and that he sought out Dr. Chavez and Dr. Salvador Plasencia to increase his supply.
Yeah, it's got to be really hard when you got Matthew Perry with money offering money to get an illegal dosage. Kind of like Michael Jackson and the Propofol with Conrad Murray. I can't believe I remembered that name.
Prosecutors allege the doctors at one point charging Perry $55,000 for 20 vials of ketamine.
That's a lot.
With Dr. Plasencia allegedly texting Dr. Chavez.
He wrote in a text message in September 2023, quote, "I wonder how much this moron will pay."
Chavez agreeing to a plea deal in August, surrendering his passport and relinquishing his medical license as he agrees to cooperate with federal investigators.
He is incredibly remorseful what happened.
No, he's mad he got caught.
Not just because it happened to Matthew Perry, but because it happened to a patient.
Dr. Chavez will probably make a very compelling witness when this case finally goes to trial. By cooperating now and agreeing to provide as much evidence in full cooperation with the prosecution going forward, that's something that will reduce his sentence substantially.
Here's the thing. I'm going to end with this. The amount of ketamine that Matthew Perry took is the reason he died, and he had other things in his body. It's the same thing when people hate on kava and kratom. Oh, I almost died from it. What else did you have in your body? Because I'm hearing everybody trying to slander ketamine, and I have not had it yet, but I'm just telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, A, how much did he take? And B, it wasn't just because of the ketamine. Like an everyday average Joe taking a little bit of ketamine, that's not going to kill them. Please do your research.
Tick-tock, clock's a joker playing cruel pranks. Hoppe's hour almost done, feels like robbery in banks. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, dropping wisdom in streams. Syndicated sorrow, now it's time to shatter dreams. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. growing dim. Eardrums mixing hoppy like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Phone lines buzzing, but the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing hoppy like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Oh, life's just so unfair. Like clockwork to a show, and now it's time to face the silence like a TV on snow. Ryan Hoppe held the mic with humor so divine, the void left in our hearts wider than a canyon line. Empty speakers, silent vibe coming to an end, like a roller coaster stopping round the river's bend. Hoppe's jokes and jabs, these are daily grind. Now silence louder than the thoughts we can't rewind. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. The Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
And like that, he's gone.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
Hoppe Hour is now over.
Hoppe Hour is now over.
Game over.